This demonstration will be about the access on premolar teeth. For this demo, I will be using a maxillary second premolar, and just like my previous demo, I did not mount it, so we will appreciate the access preparation in line with the root of these teeth. The point of entry for maxillary premolar teeth access preparation will always be at the middle or the center of the central groove. And the burr that we use here will be the number 4 or number 6 burr. But I would prefer always to stick with the number 4 or the medium-sized burr. So take note, in the access of premolar teeth, whether it be the mandibular or the maxillary, you do not touch the marginal ridge of the tooth that you're going to work on. Okay, so let's start. During access or initial entry, you have to make sure that the burr is directed towards the long axis and in the middle of the tooth. You have to make sure that your burr and your eye always shows that your burr should be directed always parallel, okay? And it should not go to the mesial or it should not go to the distal. So you have to be very keen of the angulation of the tooth, because you can easily perforate mesially or distally. So notice our entry is right in the middle and you're following the long axis of the tooth. So you can control the water spray that you use. So the same thing, you maintain your point of entry. Notice, keep your eye always that you're at the middle of your central groove. You do a touch and go motion as you go in. You can always get to your explorer and see that you're in your right path. Okay, so notice you're at the middle center of the central groove and it's directed straight down to your long axis. In the motion always. So just like the anterior, you want to feel that drop into your chamber. You use your explorer to probe and see that you are still within your long axis. Okay, so with this, I notice that my explorer wants to get in. So you probe. So you know, okay, so with this, I feel that my explorer is going in. Okay, so I'm very near the chamber now. I'm near in locating the drop into the chamber. Now, for all posterior teeth, even if you have two canals or two roots, for example in this premolar, you only locate your chamber or drop into the chamber once. It's a very common mistake that students would make two entries or two drops into the chamber because they have two canals. That's wrong. Even if you have two canals, you only enter your chamber once. Okay? You direct your burr in for premolars parallel to your long axis, making sure that you're not deviated to the proximal, and you only enter once. So notice, though this has two canals, I only will enter this canal once. I mean the chamber once. So notice that as you go deeper, always probe with your endo explorer. In this case, I felt I went in already the chamber I dropped in. So I get the endo explorer and just check. And you're able to feel that the explorer goes in or has entered or dropped into the chamber already. So after that, the next procedure would then be to unroof. So you direct your burr to where you felt that drop and move outward. So if you notice, once you drop, you only enter once, and wherever the round burr went in, as shown here by the endo explorer, that is where you are going to unroof, going now to the buccal. If you notice, the explorer is entering towards the lingual side of the tooth. That's okay. So that means since you've entered through the lingual, then you need to unroof or remove the roof of the chamber with your outward movement going towards the buccal. So notice, So when you're unroofing, always remember you stick to your round burr. Okay, so let's check. Okay, reminder, the moment you're inside the chamber, so if it was a vital tooth, you'd have bleeding there, you'd need to scoop out your pulp tissue, and you never air dry. Okay, you always dry or remove any liquid using your cotton pellets. Never air dry once you are already inside the chamber and you have exposed your canals. So you just continue feeling the drop, and notice I am moving towards the buccal area. So again, take note, you only drop once, then you unroof. So you have to see that your files don't touch each other. They are going in two separate canals. So once you have that, now you're going to flare or open your walls. Always probe so you know the areas that you still need to remove. Okay, saan ito yung ano rin? Oh.
Ano ito?
Tapos ano na ni?
Ano ko lang sa ni? Mas baga ni.
Ha?
Ini mas kuan.
Ay, ayaw tong baga.
Kana.
Huwag na itong ginagamit rin. Let's see, sorry ha. Play. So as you flare the walls, you always check for your canal patency. So here we have two canals, so we make sure that it goes into your palatal and the buccal. Okay, so notice they're parallel to each other, they're not brushing against each other. Then check your roof of the chamber, see if you have to still open up and expose your and open up to your pulp horns. So your safe end endo burrs, if you're using that, cuts into your dentine. You only use your safe end endo burrs when you're entering already your dentine. It's not used for your initial entry. Okay? I have to check because I am working opposite. So now I am opening up to your pulp horns. Check that again. So I'm using very little water spray. Why? Because when you're looking for your orifices, those dentine shavings, dentine debris can get into your orifices, and they can help you as a guide in checking. We don't use the full water spray during access because sometimes that too much water can blur your visibility of your pulp, of your chamber area. A finished access prep for the premolars will not involve the marginal ridge, and if you notice, it can reach up to the area of your cuspal tips, and you have to make sure that the dentinal map can be seen. So that dentinal map, once you can see that, it means that you have been able to properly unroof the chamber. Okay, so you'll notice here you have your palatal orifice and a buccal orifice. Unfortunately, for this access preparation, because I had difficulty in positioning for the purpose of the video, I opened up too much of the distal aspect. Okay, so avoid gouging. We call that gouging, or opening up unnecessarily the walls. So it happened here because I tried to position myself in line with the access preparation. And if you look directly into your access prep, you will be able to see your orifices and nothing is blocking the view. So with an actual patient, when you look into the chamber, you will be able to see directly, okay, the location of your orifices without having walls bothering your view. And the buccal and the lingual walls are flared, parallel to flared, and that will give you more convenience and access for your instruments. Okay, so oblong shaped, avoiding the marginal ridges, and that is your completed access prep for a premolar.